Everyone, it's Morgan Yates and welcome back to another monthly reset video. I cannot believe that we are in March. I've been waiting all day to film this video. I'm so eager to get my life together for the next month. To give you an idea of where we're going with today's video, first I'm going to be reflecting on February, seeing how I did with my February goals that I set in last month's reset video. I'm going to be reviewing my habit tracker as well as my budget for February, sharing a couple February favorites, and then we're going to plan out March, so my personal calendar, content calendar. Lastly, setting some March goals in the categories of work, personal, finance, fitness, and fun. So grab a snack. This video will probably be a little bit long, and maybe this will give you some ideas for the month ahead. So kind of reflecting on February at like a high level. January, as I've discussed in depth, was a big month of anxiety for me. I finally started medication that in February really alleviated that, so that was great. However, I was experiencing a bunch of side effects I'm not going to go into, but I actually a few days ago switched medications. So we're gonna cross our fingers for March that I don't revert to being an anxious mess. But in February, I feel like I really kind of got a handle on my anxiety. Another exciting thing that happened in February was, I feel like this happened so quickly. I like surveyed you guys on this and then like moved so fast into launching this trip, and it's already confirmed, which is my group trip to Switzerland. So if you are wanting to travel with me this fall, it is going to be September 17th through 22nd. We're going to 3 different cities throughout Switzerland. It's going to be all the beautiful Swiss Alps views. The trip theme is wine, cheese, and chocolate in the Swiss Alps. All my favorite things. There are 9 spots left. I'll have that trip linked below if any of you guys are interested. And overall, my February theme was work. And I just feel like in February, I brought a lot of order to my work life. So I will expand on that as we go through. I also just want to quickly review February's goals that I set last month. So in the work category, I did mostly stay on top of my inbox. I only posted 2 main channel videos in the month of February. I did get my 30 days of exercising video up, which was like a big editing project. So if you have not checked that out, I will have it linked. That was a fun video to make. And I didn't quite get at my 2 vlogs a week quota. I'm still just kind of considering like moving my vlogs to this channel, but then I don't know. It feels so sad to like let that channel die when I have like so many good videos and like memories and travel vlogs and everything on that channel. Still did vlog a considerable amount. I did come up with a content plan for each platform, which was a big goal of mine. I did sell out my Croatia trip, which I'm so excited about. And then I kind of tabled this idea of a 2023 digital hosting guide. I've kind of pivoted this idea to maybe doing more like micro hosting guides, so like a dinner party guide. Then for personal goals, I wanted to declutter the upstairs. I would say I'm 90% there. I did continue my habit tracking. We'll get to reviewing that. I did successfully, I think, drink a lot more water. I feel like that just became more of a habit. I'm definitely feeling way more hydrated. Less phone time. I would not say that I really changed much with this. So that was an unmet goal for sure. And finances, we will talk later about February's budget. Compiling business expenses. This one hurt. This is where like making this video, like literally just for my own good, can be very helpful because I completely forgot about this. For this next month, when I set my goals at the end of this video, I'm making it my phone background since I spend so much time on this, and I just need a way to like see these goals that are like not habits yet and that I don't think about. For fitness, I have continued my workouts. I'm very happy with that. For physical therapy, I was wanting to do my exercises at home that I learned there more often, but I kind of feel like I don't necessarily at this moment need to do that. I've gotten very good about like listening to my body, and if something is hurting slightly, I will stop or like change it, modify, and I think I'm very in tune with that at this point. And then for fun goals of the month, I wanted to try a new activity, which I did not do. I tried some new restaurants. I wanted to plan a creative date night at home. I can't say I did anything out of the ordinary either. I wanted to host something small. I was a little late to like the Galentine's planning, unfortunately, but Me and some friends recently, we just had like a bachelor themed cocktail competition just here at home. It was 4 of us. It was very chill, but that like scratched my hosting itch. As we get into my vision for March, like there's going to be a lot of emphasis on just like my fun, quality of life activities that I'm going to save for in a little bit. But one other thing that has been really fun this month that wasn't really anywhere on the list, but has been just engaging with you guys so much more. I feel like going into 2023, I was just feeling a bit disconnected from from you guys, really, from this audience. That's why I got back into wanting to vlog a lot more, and I feel like I'm feeling so much more connected to my content and to all of you guys, and I've just been putting in a much more conscious effort to either reply to comments and to sit there and like go through a bunch of my DMs and just like have conversations with you guys. That is something that has been very fun for me, even though other things on my fun goals list didn't really happen. So to take a more in-depth look at my habit tracker for February. I'm not sure if I'm going to continue to include this category in future reset videos just because I feel like this was very beneficial for helping me like build a lot of these habits, and a lot of them are kind of second nature now. So I just don't know how much would be different related to this like in future videos. And with that and things being second nature, like I didn't keep up with this like every single day. So the numbers I've logged here are probably a little bit lower than what's accurate. So still doing great in the eating healthy category, no coffee before breakfast and not drinking. I will share an update pertaining to alcohol and drinking as well, because I know I've talked a lot about that this year. So one of my resolutions for this year was to only drink on special occasions, and that's still what I'm shooting for, just to be in line with like my health and fitness and lifestyle goals. However, I set that as a resolution because alcohol had been causing me so much anxiety. But a good update, I guess, is that throughout February, the couple occasions that I did kind of like dip my toes into drinking, I realized I don't get anxious anymore. There were just a lot of birthdays. There was Valentine's Day. Me and Giselle celebrated our 2-year anniversary of our first date. Moving on to my moods, have been tracking that. Very thankful that feeling anxious is a mood or feeling I logged like only a handful of times this month. My primary moods I logged were feeling tired. Really, my primary emotions for the month were happy, excited, and accomplished, which I'm just so grateful for after so much time of just like really not feeling good, feeling so anxious. For workouts in February, I did some form of movement 23 times throughout the month. I feel like that is something that has become a lot more habitual now. There's a day is fine, but if I go like a couple days where I haven't worked out, like I start feeling so antsy, like it's something that I genuinely want to do again. As far as routine and lifestyle habits, this is kind of why I don't want to revisit this habit tracker, is because I feel like what's changed is going to change. And like, am I going to get up without scrolling in the morning? Clearly not. I did get ready most of the days this month, which I think has led to me creating more content, which was the goal. No phone for 2 hours at night. I did that once. Can't get off this thing. Like literally, what am I doing? I'm not even talking to anyone. It's just like scrolling social media. We could see it in a positive way of I feel like I've gotten so many content ideas and feeling so inspired. And then putting my dishes after the meal, keeping the upstairs clean. I didn't even track that just because those are kind of habits again and like just kind of done. In the social category for February, I saw friends 12 out of the 28 days. This past month definitely started very social, like a little too much. And then I was really needing some introvert time, so I took that. I feel like it's been a good balance now. So looking back, there are 4 friends, 2 couples that are some of our closest friends that I feel like I've not really hung out with in a few weeks. So I'm going to prioritize that going into March. And then for fun, I tried 4 new restaurants. I wanted to go a night per week with no screens. I did that 3 times. That's 3 out of like 4 weeks. Creative activities outside of work that aren't just screens. Nothing really going on there. Again, an area I want to focus on in March. Then I read 9 days of the month. I've been reading The Perfect Marriage that I feel like I was slow getting into, but it's picking up. I'm getting into it now. I don't know what my next read is going to be. So if you have any ideas, let me know. I really like a thriller. Next, to share a few February favorites. So again, this is a short list this month. Despite it being like freezing and raining here in LA all the time lately, I feel like I'm getting some spring vibes inside by just the prettiest flowers. I've been loving my flowers lately. I've also been such a matcha girl the past month. Like I've had coffee only a couple of times, I feel like. Another favorite, a pizza board. That's been a good hosting staple for having a few people over. You need to feed a bunch of people in an easy way. I made a reel and a TikTok about it, but that's just been something that's been really fun to make. We've been watching The Last of Us on HBO, episode 3. Oh, I watched it twice. I've also just been loving Instagram at the moment, which I feel like I've just been so detached from Instagram for the longest time as well, and like reels in general. Maybe it's that I'm feeling a boost of encouragement because I did this flower arrangement reel that got like over 1 million views on Instagram. The algorithm has never algorithmed for me. Now, I don't know, Instagram, they just want me back with that one, I guess. Moving on to reviewing February's budget. Spoiler, we are over budget. I did not update this as frequently as in January. Like in January, I was doing it every 2-ish days or so. I probably let this stretch up to like every week or so in February that I was updating it. However, I still have logged every single expense, but I would say that with updating it less frequently, it definitely wasn't as much on the forefront of my mind. So in March, I do want to get back to updating the budget every couple days or so that I know how I'm doing. With that, I did justify a couple of purchases in February that were a bit pricey. One of them was plants. We've been saying we wanted to get outdoor plants for so long, and it's just one of those things that we are like never going to get around to. And then we were at a plant store and I was like, you know what? I'm just going to buy it. That was a big spend in February. I also did have a couple of more splurgy dinners, either just taking friends out for their birthdays. Again, Giselle and I celebrated kind of our 2-year, not real anniversary, but our first date anniversary. We went to a nice dinner for that. Had a pretty big business expense this month. I did have to buy a new laptop. This is still the old one, but I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if it just died in the middle of this video. It's been showing all the signs of like, you know, death is on the horizon. A little bit over on the budget, thanks to the plants, especially. As a reminder, I plan my budget around like a very safe estimate of like my average monthly income. I'm just still finding it very fulfilling to like pay so much attention to where my money's going. Like, I know in the past for me, it's so easy for me to justify like, oh, I'm gonna go buy this expensive home thing. Oh, I'm gonna go buy this flight. Oh, let's go on a trip to this place. Like, and it's just kind of a snowball effect. Tracking it and having this kind of order in place, I think keeps me from like having one splurge turn into 20. Yeah, I'm just still really enjoying kind of feeling responsible of like knowing where all of my money is going. Moving on to some personal calendar planning. So last month I created a shared calendar for Giselle and I. I do not know why I waited so long to do that, because this has been a game changer for us just the past month. Putting some things on here for February. We have one trip for sure this month. So we're supposed to be going to New York to see just some of both of our friends. Like all of my college friends are there. Giselle has a lot of friends there. And then we're going to be going straight to North Carolina to stay with my best friend who just moved back there. However, if you watch the vlogs, you know, Giselle's grandmother unfortunately passed away, and the funeral has conflicted with the New York dates, so we've canceled that portion. New York will always be there. We might go back sometime in the summer, but we are still going to North Carolina for a few days, which I'm excited for. We have the Ray concert coming up, hosting a little at-home brunch with some friends, not anything crazy. It's just gonna be a few people. Every Monday we've been having friends over to watch The Bachelor. I actually haven't hated the season. I stopped watching because it just got so bad. This is the first one I've watched in several years. And that's kind of everything I have planned at the moment. Obviously, you know, social plans will come up and those will go on the calendar. But something else I want to do, I found this weekly meetings template. So like for your family, I guess mainly for couples, I think would be so fun to do on a Sunday, to like sit down, go over our goals for the week, what we need from each other, what our plans are, you know, come up with our meal plan, and just like, I think we have a pretty good handle on all of those things, but I just think it would be a fun thing for me as a very type A person to like have this be like a whole official activity. So then some additional personal planning for March. What has been the biggest game changer for me with all these work things I've been talking about is that I finally created an official content calendar this month. So I always just on my regular calendar keep up with obviously my brand due dates, like what video ideas are going up on certain dates. I've had a system, but I created just a Google sheet so that I can plan way ahead. So I have columns based on every platform and like different categories, and I have the dates going down the side. I have a column for just general themes. So, you know, like spring cleaning coming up in a few weeks, like that can be a theme on here, or like travel dates or trips or whatever, so that I can look ahead and like plan out all of my content ideas like way in advance. So as I get closer, I know like what I need to create. So often my Galentine stuff, like Valentine's snuck up and I was seeing everyone's Galentine's content and I was like, I want to host something like that, or like I want to shoot this. But the time just passed me by, and if I had had it planned out on something like this, that would not be the case. I wouldn't be missing these opportunities. And then also the past month and really just this year, I feel like I've been really trying to step up my thumbnail game. I'm just trying to make my content better. I know a lot of you guys have commented saying that like you see the effort. That just means a lot to me because I am just trying to, you know, have all of my content be something that I'm proud of, and like all of my platforms and accounts be like a place people can go to like know to expect a certain quality of content. So that's the goal. So with that, I want my March March theme. Like, we've kind of been having these monthly themes. I really just want March to be a month of refinement and of like continuing these habits, while also I guess my area of focus for the month ahead is going to be like that fun category of my goals that I really neglected. In March, I want to prioritize trying new things, like spending more time unplugged, personally, more actual creative activities. I've said that for so long and just like do not actually carve out the time. So for planning March's content, I have again just so many lifestyle ideas for reels and TikToks. I think I'm gonna be posting on this channel on Mondays. That seems to be the day that I realistically get videos up. I finally want to have hopefully my bedroom makeover video up. You guys know how shipping is these days sometimes, so that is still in the works. I also still want to do my mocktail video, or my video all about just the non-alcoholic spirits. I also want to do a spring cleaning video because I feel like I have a list of a lot of projects around the house that I still do want to tackle, and I think that it would just be a fun time of year to kind of just like turn that into a big video overall. And I'm going to try to just keep going strong with the vlogs. So those are the immediate things at the moment. And I thought we would round out this video with my goals for the month of March. Again, these are going to be the background on my phone. For work, I would like to post 3 to 4 main channel videos. I would like to still aim for 2 vlogs a week. I know we haven't quite reached that this year yet. I would like to post 2 reels a week, and then I'm also just hoping to get more people booked onto this Switzerland trip. For some personal goals, my declutter goal for March is going to be my bathroom. I just need a full organizational overhaul for the bathroom, as well as I would like to do a digital declutter. So between my phone, my laptop, my inbox, maybe that'll be a section I include in my spring cleaning video. Another personal goal is just to follow through and finish out my bedroom makeover project. I need to pick out some more things for that, place a few more orders. Video aside, I'm just very excited to spice up the space up there and just have it be a little bit more cozy. I would like to spend less time on my phone, and maybe I will implement this weekly planning meeting with Giselle. I at least want to try it out. Finances, looking at the month ahead and spending, we are going to Raleigh, so that'll be, I'm sure, you know, higher spending per day than here. So with that, I would like to spend less money on meals out here in LA. I also want to seriously catch up on all my business expenses, tracking mileage. For fitness goals, I want to continue with my workouts. I do still want to shoot for boxing classes 2 to 3 times a week, and then at-home workouts 2 to 3 times a week. Something that I do want to change in the month ahead is creating a steps goal. I want to shoot for 7,000 steps most days. I looked back at the past month, and so without trying, I kind of hit like 4,500 a day just because I'm so sedentary. I work from home. Lastly, for fun goals, this is last on the list, but it is not our last area of focus for March. I would like to spend more time outside. Hopefully it will warm up here in a little bit. Like, the rain has been just crazy here. We have the cutest outdoor patio. It's not covered, so like it gets rained on. It just seems like this whole task to like go clean it up. I just feel like we have such a great outdoor space. We aren't using it, so whether it's, you know, a little happy hour moment, coffee moment, dinners outside. Next, I would like to try at least 2 new activities. Ones on my radar are tennis and a pottery class, as well as maybe a drawing class. I also actually this month want to plan and have a creative date night at home. I do want to host something small again, so we're doing that brunch, and maybe that'll be it. I just kind of want to continue monthly having some kind of like micro hosting activity, just simple things that I kind of can still, you know, plan out all the details for and kind of, I don't know, have that hosting moment is very fun for me. And lastly, I just want to enjoy my time in North Carolina, try to really use that as a time to unplug. It's not going to be about the content. I'm staying with my best friend who I've not seen in going on 2 years now, so I'm just really looking forward to being present in that and having fun. And yeah, those are my fun goals for March. So I feel like I have a good direction for the month ahead. Again, it's just very fulfilling for me to kind of take this look back, reevaluate, make some changes, and take a moment to feel proud of myself for areas that I feel like I've done really well. That is it for this reset video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my vlog soon or back on this channel hopefully next week. Thank you for watching.